Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl, and since June of 2022, I've been documenting my experience about using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. If you've been following along or if you caught videos here and there, this medication has been a game changer in my life. Not only have I lost over 60 pounds, but what you can't see is how it has lowered my A1C since being on the medication. My blood pressure numbers look better, my cholesterol numbers look better, and when I started this journey, I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and since I've been on this medication, it has been reversed. So Mounjaro really has been just this amazing medication in my life. So before I get into this week's update, I just want to remind you about my disclaimer that I'm not a healthcare professional and I'm just sharing my personal experience and opinions about using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Also, I have no relationship with the drug manufacturer Eli Lilly. All right, so let's get started. I just finished, I injected myself with week 51 on Friday. So it means I have only a few days left until it'll be a year that I've been on Mounjaro. Actually, June 22nd is when I had my first injection of Mounjaro last year, and that's going to be happening this week. Because of the supply issues, I've been I couldn't inject Mounjaro when I needed to, because I didn't get the medication in time, but I was just slowly pushing it back a day, so to extend the medication in case I can't get the medication again. However, I've decided that I am going to stay on Fridays as my injection day because that gives me the weekend to recover in case I have any side effects. Now, I just finished up week 3 of 5 milligrams for the third time. I really should be at 12 or the highest medication, but I haven't been able to get past 10 milligrams because of the supply issue. If you've been following along, or maybe you haven't, I wasn't able to get 10 milligrams for this current month that I'm in, so I've been using 5 milligrams. And yes, I know you could take 2 5 milligrams and inject them, but the pharmacy and my insurance company don't see eye to eye in that. However, I do have a 10 milligram dose to finish up, or to begin my next year on Mounjaro, to begin week 53. So I'll be injecting week 52 on Friday, a full year, and it's been incredible. In my photo memories, I had a photo pop up from I think 3 years ago, and I didn't recognize myself. So weird, because after the first 3 or 4 months after I started losing weight and I would look in the mirror, I didn't recognize who that person was. And now when I look at pictures of myself from a year ago or older, I can't believe that was me. But anyway, so weight this week, I'm 134 pounds. It means I lost 1 pound compared to last week. Still makes my total weight loss over 60 pounds. My glucose numbers were in the 90s and the 100s. My nutrition, I'm focusing on eating whole foods, not necessarily whole foods from the store. I haven't shopped there in a while, but basically less processed foods. And for me, those foods have the more flavor. Like if I grab something from a fast food restaurant, I do get those cravings, but when I bite into it, it just doesn't taste the same. It just has this flavor. But I'm really loving whole foods. I'm making my yogurt still. This morning, let me put a picture here. This morning I had a craving for waffles, so I actually cooked up some oatmeal and I popped it into my mini waffle maker, and I topped that with a little bit of my New York maple syrup. I had some air fryer veggies with that, some air fryer bacon, and peaches. I sliced up some fresh Georgia peaches, actually 1 peach, and I topped it with a little whip topping, and it was just a nice brunch, I guess you could say. So that was my big meal for the week, really. Also, I'm experimenting with making smoothies with my blend jet again, and I need to share this recipe I made. Basically, I'm going to call it like a peach cobbler smoothie recipe. I will hopefully do a video very soon and get that posted and shared with you. Exercise, I had a really good week. I did a few nights of PIO. I did a night of yoga, of course, doing my walking every day. I'm a little scared about tomorrow because I signed up for a core class, and I signed up for a few core classes. They're outdoors in Florida. It's about 90 degrees right now and 90% humidity. So I don't know how it's going to go tomorrow. Maybe it'll be raining and it'll have to be moved inside. But you know, as I finish up my first year on Mounjaro, I'm looking to the next year, to the next season of my life, and planning what that's going to look like. So, you know, I really want to get a great exercise routine, exercise program in place. And I discovered that there's this park from where I work. I work about an hour from home, an hour one-way commute from home. So I found this new park has these outdoor exercise programs, and I found some that are taking place at 6 o'clock. So that's perfect right after work. So I have core on Monday for the next few Mondays. Yeah, looking forward to that. And then some yoga classes in the evening. So that'll be great because it's going to be outside on Sarasota Bay. So it should be relaxing, right? At least it'll be scenic. So speaking of scenic, I am in the city of Northport, which is where I live, and I'm at the Five Senses Park. And I just thought it'd be a nice park to come out and a change of scenery from my living room or other places that I've been. But right now I'm just sharing you some video of some of the scenery within the park. Obviously it was hit by Hurricane Ian last September, but I think it looks really good compared to the type of storm that we had with Ian and the destruction that it caused. But it kind of plays into, you know, the next season of my life with Mounjaro, and just whether it's going to be with Mounjaro or not, I should say. You know, I'm not sure what's going to happen after August, whether my insurance is going to continue authorizing me to use Mounjaro. But I'm just trying to set myself what the next chapter looks like. So this week I have a meeting with a nutritionist to get me back on track on nutrition. I mean, I don't think I'm so far off the wagon, and I know what I'm supposed to do, but I just like having that accountability. But basically I've enrolled in a program at work, and we talked about mindfulness last week, and this park is really about mindfulness, so to say, because it has displays, I guess you can say, or rooms, I guess they call them in the botanical world, that play to the different senses, that play to scent, sight, and touch. I'm not sure about flavor. I'm not sure if I want to eat any of these plants. So maybe there's a herb garden here. But anyway, this park is a really good one to just kind of slow down and relax and watch the wildlife. I found a swing. This is me on the swing. I'm not sure what to do with my arms, but I was watching the blue jays above me and some butterflies fluttering around. This is just a really nice park, and I'll probably be spending some more time here. It's really not that far from my home. So yeah, focusing on the mindfulness in this next season of my life. So what else do we got going on? Oh, sleep. That's going to be something I'm going to work on for this next chapter, this next season, so to say, because I know I'm not getting enough sleep. And you know, this past weekend I had 2 days off, which was very exciting, and I have all these plans, but I have 2 days off, but a lot of times I just end up being a slug. And last night I watched a movie around 11:30. I was going to bed, and I got to my bed, and there was a spider. It looked like a daddy long legs on steroids. It was the scariest thing I ever seen. I'm pretty sure it was a huntsman spider. It was like, with its legs, it was big as my hand. Like, I mean, the body was kind of small, but it wasn't a daddy long legs. It was like either really skinny or anorexic, or maybe a tarantula on Ozempic, or a daddy long legs on steroids. It was just horrible. So I went in. I know I shouldn't spray. I didn't spray to kill it. I basically took insect repellent and I sprayed it on my walls to kind of make an invisible fence, because I was just afraid of it crawling on me. And who knows, maybe it's been crawling on me all these other nights that I just don't wake up for it. But then I thought I shouldn't stay in this room with all these chemicals. So the dog and the cats and I, we ended up sleeping in the living room last night. And then there was a thunderstorm, and that kept the dog up. That kept me up. So I didn't get much sleep last night. So I'm going to be focusing on sleep in this next phase of my life. How about you? Are you a good sleeper? And I've heard of some people that they have issues sleeping while they're on Mounjaro. I don't think I have issues related to Mounjaro, other than because I've lost more weight and I'm not used to my body being this thin, I can like feel my bones. I could feel my leg bones touching each other when I lay down, or right now when I'm sitting, I could just, my bones feel like they're just touching the seat. It's very uncomfortable. So that's the only thing that I have related to sleeping, is just getting into a comfortable position that I'm not feeling my bone against bone, so to say. And I think with the exercising, that helps me sleep for sure. And then I find a sleep channel on Sirius XM and I put a timer on, and then usually I go to sleep not too soon after I press that play button. But you know, I have so much I want to share with you, and I'm thinking, what do I do for the 1-year anniversary of being a Mounjaro, for the 50-second video? What am I going to do about that? So I have some ideas. You know, I want to get a video. I talked about a how I eat video, but I also want to have a video about how my relationship with food has changed since being on Mounjaro. I think our relationships with food for many of us on Mounjaro has changed significantly. And what got me thinking about that is that I read an article about, there was a scientist who said that the Ozempic effect with food is that people on Ozempic are going, because they have different relationships with food now, that they don't like food, that they have a lack of taste, so to say, that it's basically how people are going to get bored of that, and then they're going to go off of Ozempic so they can enjoy food again. Honestly, you know, I love food. I'm a certified food judge, but I would not intentionally go off Mounjaro just so I could taste food again. I have some flavor, as I mentioned before, and I'm fine the way food tastes. It doesn't taste the same, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. So that's why I want to address how my relationship has changed. You know, setting myself up into this next new season, I have a new glucose monitor and blood pressure monitor coming. It says it's going to be synced up, and I believe that means synced up to an app on my phone. All this technology, kids, I can't keep up. Anyway, it includes glucose monitors, so I don't think it's going to be something that I I don't think I'm going to be wearing anything. I don't think I'm wearing a patch or whatever, but I think it's just going to be when I take my blood reading, that it's going to send the information to my phone, and then the healthcare team can monitor it that way. The same with the blood pressure. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, that's all I've got going on. I feel like I've just kind of sped through that, but I know I've talked enough. So I just want to say that I do appreciate you, and I hope you're having great success using Mounjaro, whether you're just starting out or maybe you've been on it as long as I have, or maybe a little bit longer. I hope you're giving yourself grace when need to be, and I hope you're celebrating those wins, those little wins, whether it's a drop in your A1C, your glucose numbers, you're eating better, or even losing weight. If you're gaining weight, maybe that means you're exercising more, because remember, muscle weighs more than fat. So when you're working out more, you're going to probably gain some more, right? Yeah. So have a great week. Again, thanks so much for being here. Be kind to others, but importantly, be kind to yourself. Bye.